You're still writing checks to designers for a website that I just built using AI whilst I was recording the intro to this video. And this is a very dynamic brutalist website. It's got everything that I want on an agency page. It's got all these dynamic elements. It looks great. It feels good when I'm scrolling. And honestly, I one-shotted this in less than 2 minutes. I ran the same prompt 6 times today. And I've got 6 production ready sites. And the total cost was $0. The total time, honestly, it was less than 2 hours. And this is the same quality that design teams charge thousands of dollars for. The gap between what you're paying and what the actual cost is criminal. And I got the inspiration for this from X because I've been seeing a lot of tweets or posts from guys like this who are saying that they can one-shot websites using Google Gemini 3.1 Pro. And if you're not familiar, that's the latest language model and it's incredible. I've been testing it for a few days now and I've been really blown away by the results. So this guy built an aesthetically looking website like this. It has custom animations, bento cards, scroll transitions, and it can easily link it up to Versa or Netlify, which is something that I'm going to show you is super easy to do when you use a tool like Google's Antigravity. And honestly, something like this takes less than 5 minutes. So not only are you saving time, you're saving resources, but ultimately this is a free implementation guide that I'm going to show you. And here's what nobody's saying, because it's not the actual language model that makes a difference here. It's the prompt structure. There's a specific way to feed it aesthetic, identity, component logic, and animation triggers that makes it a one-shot pixel perfect site. I ripped it off from this guy on Twitter, made a few adjustments here and there, and it hasn't missed once. I'm about to show you the exact structure, but first you need to see why your designer is about to become optional. And honestly, this is all you need. This is the hardest part of the entire build, because what I did is I took this document and made it into Google's Antigravity as a markdown file. So this is the cinematic landing page build. I've given it a role as the world-class senior creative technologist. The more descriptive that you get, the better the result is going to be. And if you want access to this cinematic landing page builder, just type Gemini into the comments here and I'll send you a link for it. And what's so great about this particular prompt is this call here. It's called the ask user question. And what that means is it's going to ask you questions about what you want as an objective for this project. And this is what separates the men from the boys, because now Google Gemini 3.1 Pro knows exactly what you need. There is no ambiguity. It's not assuming, it's not hallucinating. And like I always say on this channel, if you're going to put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. But ask user question call eliminates all of this. I've given it some aesthetic presets that it can use, and obviously you can add more to this. So if you've got an aesthetic that you like, you can just add it to the sheet and save it as a markdown file. I've given it some color palettes and some text colors, some typography styles, and what I want the hero to look like on the actual landing page. I've got a system design. This is something that never changed. If I'm doing this for clients, I make sure that the quality of my output is very consistent. I've also given it an animation lifecycle, a nav bar, look and feel, hero section, everything you need to give you that brutalist aesthetic that you saw at the start when I showed you the Profit Lab agency website. So now that we have the prompt, let's jump into Google's Antigravity and build this puppy. Now the only thing you need to do is take that Google Docs, turn it into a markdown file, which is this here, and basically feed it into Google's Antigravity, which is the platform that you see I'm in right now. Effectively, it's just a prompt, but it's a master prompt. And the point of this is that every output, every website or landing page will have the same consistent quality. And that's what's important here. We want to make sure that the output is consistently strong, irrespective of whatever input we put inside. And that means that this can be an agency landing page, it can be an e-commerce store. None of that matters. The input doesn't matter, because we're always going to get the same level, the same high quality that either ourselves or our clients want. And Markdown is just a format template that all agentic builders like Antigravity uses. So let's build a new landing page. I want a landing page for a dental clinic or the tooth fairy. Now the most important thing here is to make sure that you select Gemini 3.1 Pro. This is their latest, their greatest language model, but you have access to a few others here as well, such as Gold Sonnet, you've got Opus as well, and you've got the other Gemini model. Once we hit submit, then obviously you're going to think about it and use the cinematic landing page builder. I'm going to give it access in this conversation. But now you can see it's analyzing this markdown file because I've given it all the guidelines, all the checklists, typography, colors, everything. And so now, because I'm asking it to call ask user question, it's now going to ask me a few questions about this project. So the first one, what's the brand name and the one-line purpose? Second one is pick an aesthetic. So do you want organic tech, clinical boutique, which is probably going to be the right aesthetic for a dental clinic. Third question is, what are your 3 key value propositions? If you're selling this to a client or to another business, what are you going to do to separate them from all the other noise, all their competitors? And the last one is, what should businesses do? So what's your primary call to action? Do you want to sign up for a consultation? Do you want to give away a lead magnet? It can be anything that you want it to be. You just basically tell Gemini here and it will actually build it into the website. I've added, it's called a tooth fairy, and I've just asked Gemini 3.1 Pro to pick something that it thinks is a good tagline. Let's see how creative it is. Number 2 is we're going to use an organic tech like clinical boutique, because this is a dental clinic. Number 3, the value propositions are it's affordable, it's local, and we have the fastest turnarounds in our neighborhood. And number 4, visitors can book a free consultation. Let's hit submit. So now it's going to initialize the task execution. What's great about Antigravity is I've set it to planning, which means that I can approve the actual implementation plan before it goes ahead and builds anything. So now you can see the scaffolding once it's done planning. If you're happy about this, you can go ahead and implement it. If you're not, just go back to the command line, prompt it, change it, edit it. You're in complete control. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to go ahead and proceed. And so now Gemini 3.1 Pro is going to build out the entire project, the entire landing page. And it's using some advanced stuff, right? Like it's using GSAP, Tailwind, it's got Lucid React, it's got some popular fonts, typography, it's got a color palette. It knows everything I want from the output. This is what I came up with. I've 2 minutes. It's not really a dental clinic, as you know, but the presets are only for in this particular markdown file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one more. This time I'm going to do it and base it off an event because that's quite congruent with the presets that I've got inside of the markdown file. So I'm back inside of Google's Antigravity. I want to create a landing page for an up and coming tech event. I'm not going to give it much information because obviously I'm asking and calling the ask user question function. So Gemini is going to ask me all the relevant information. Let's hit enter. It's going to generate a plan. And as always, it's going to access the cinematic landing page builder markdown file. I'm going to give it access to that because this has got all the presets that I've plugged into Antigravity. So you've got preset 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. You can obviously add more. So if you've got an aesthetic like, or say, dental clinics or physiotherapists, you can just plug this directly into the landing page builder and the output will be consistent. Now it's going to ask me the brand name, the aesthetic, the value proposition, and what should visitors do. So I've given it some relevant inputs. Gemini is going to take that. It's going to build an implementation plan for me to evaluate. And once I'm happy with that, it will go ahead, start the structural plumbing, and it will build the entire website. I'm happy with the implementation plan, so I'm going to go ahead and proceed. After a couple of minutes, you're going to get something that looks like this, and I think you agree this is quite premium. I haven't built any of this. I'm literally using the markdown file with all the checklists and presets, and you can always add more. It's got all the dynamic elements. Fonts look amazing, and even look at this. It's got these dynamic, transparent elements that you see on most premium websites. Imagine sending this to a prospective client. It's really easy to build, and you can have multiple swarms of agents building this. So I only had one agent terminal open. You can have 10, 20, or even 50 depending on your hardware specification. And if you want to host it for free, you've got two options. The first and my personal favorite is Netlify. They give you something like 10 sites on their free plan, which is free forever, so you can actually deploy it and send it to Netlify. And if you've got the Netlify MCP, you can actually get your agent inside of Antigravity to do that for you. The second option is Vercel. It's the same as Netlify, and I believe on their hobby plan, which is also free forever, you get something like 5 websites. So definitely check those out. This is something that's very easy that you can automate using AI, and you can kind of stand out throughout. Now you can either keep hiring designers, or you can start treating site creation like sending an email. Once again, if you need the prompt, just type Gemini and I'll send that to you in the comments. The only thing left now is whether you're going to use this before your competitors do, because I don't believe AI is going to replace us, but I definitely believe somebody with AI absolutely will. So go ahead, grab these prompts and go have some fun. Before you go, say it with me, something magical is going to happen today, because it absolutely will if you download, install Google Antigravity, start playing around with Gemini 3.1 and start having some fun. This is absolutely a skill that you can monetize. Head over to Upwork, because believe it or not, even in 2026, people are still asking for websites that are no better than the examples that I've showed you today. Thank you so much if you made it this far. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Watch the next tutorial on screen, and I'll see you when the next video drops. Take care.